Hi everyone, this is Adin, and you are listening to the podcast Vintage Inspiration Season 2, the show which discusses life journals. And in today's episode, I'll talk about new thoughts. Yes, new thoughts. New thoughts can come from taking a new perspective on things. One way to do that is to challenge the assumption that exists. For example, is love a feeling of desire or attachment? This is a common assumption, but what if we challenge this? New thoughts on love, desire, and attachment can be strong feelings, and they're often called love in certain contexts. However, attachment can be for bad reasons too. Desire too can come from less than noble places. What is an alternative definition of love? How about recognition of value? Seeing the inherent value in a person, like the beauty you see in a painting or hear in a melody. You do not need to be attached or even desirous of beauty to enjoy it. You just have to recognize it, and enjoyment that you take in another's existence could be a definition of love. That's for sure. At least the emotion. Love is more than an emotion's thought. How much love does a mother have for their children? If she feels fond for them but doesn't feed them, love is this context has to include actions, doesn't it? Right? This point up the real problems with defining concepts like love. There are 7 or 8 or perhaps 100 things we want to communicate. They are each different, yet we have just one word for them. Maybe rather than redefining love, we need to create a dozens new words. Now there's an area for some new thoughts, like random new thoughts. Another way have new thoughts is to just look for new ideas to replace old ones. Then you expand on the new idea to see what value you might find in it. Let's discuss some of the points without expanding on them. Like, why do we encourage uninformed peoples to vote? Maybe it's better to encourage people not to vote unless they are willing to educate themselves on the issues. Is multitasking a sign of efficiency? Maybe the fact that we need to be so busy just to get what we want shows that our actions aren't effective enough. How about wonder instead of faith? Faith is just believing without reasons. Wonder is to marvel at the world and accept that we don't have reasons or explanations for everything. Finally, what if our level of creativity and ability to have new thoughts isn't just something that is said, Albert? What if it's a systematic process, one that may be recognized by those who use it, but can be identified and copied, right? All of us can train ourselves to have creative new thoughts, right? So think about it. And yes, thank you for listening to the Vintage Inspirations. Stay tuned for the next exciting episode.